The Lanterns of the Dead. Every year when the moon turns silver white, the city of Vareth celebrates the Night of Lanterns. Thousands of glowing orbs drift above the river, carrying prayers to guide the souls of the dead into the afterworld. It is a sacred tradition older than the city itself. But this year, one lantern refused to rise. Lira, a 15-year-old apprentice lantern maker, stood on the edge of the river, staring at the one lantern that lay motionless on the water. She had made it herself, woven paper of white reeds, sealed with wax and inked with the name of the soul it was meant to guide. Her master said every lantern carried a whisper from the living to the dead. "Perhaps the wind forgot it," said her master kindly. But his eyes betrayed unease. Lira knelt, touched the lantern, and felt it pulse, warm and faint, like a heartbeat. Then a whisper echoed in her mind, "Don't let me go." That night, when the city slept, Lira returned to the riverbank. The lantern was still there, unmoving, the candle inside flickering blue instead of gold. She lifted it gently, and the flame expanded, revealing a pale figure inside the light. A young man, translucent, eyes full of fear. "They buried me alive," he said. "Please help me." Lira nearly dropped the lantern, but the boy's voice was soft, desperate, not monstrous. He said his name was Kale, a scholar who had been accused of heresy for questioning the city's priests. They had condemned him to eternal silence, his soul sealed before death, buried with a lantern already prepared. And now his lantern refused to rise. Lira brought the lantern to her workshop and hid it. By day, she made offerings like the others. By night, she listened to Kale's stories. He told her that the Lantern Guild and the High Priest had a pact. The souls of heretics were trapped forever, used to fuel the divine light that kept the city's walls glowing. The more souls they trapped, the brighter the city shone. When Lira doubted him, he whispered, "Open your master's vault. See what burns inside the golden lanterns." So she did. Inside, instead of wax and wicks, she found shards of bone and faintly glowing eyes, tiny souls swirling like smoke, whispering endlessly. Horrified, Lira confronted her master. He wept, confessing that all lantern makers knew the truth, but none dared to stop. Without the captive souls, the city would fall into eternal night. The barrier between life and death would shatter. But Lira had already made her choice. She carried Kyle's lantern to the river and set it in the water again. This time she whispered a different prayer, not for guidance, but for freedom. "Rise, even if it means the dark must return." The lantern lifted, slowly at first, then higher, until the entire river began to shimmer. All the other lanterns trembled, and one by one, they broke open, releasing thousands of trapped souls. The sky above Vareth blazed with ghostly fire. The city's light began to fade. The priests screamed that the end was near, but Lira saw something else. In the darkness, the freed souls shone brighter than any lantern, stars reborn across the sky. Kyle appeared one last time beside her. "You gave them peace, and now they will guide you." He smiled, his form dissolving into light. When dawn came, Vareth stood silent, its towers unlit, its temples empty. But on the river, a single new lantern floated, glowing gold. Inside it, Lira's face shone peacefully. She had become the first lantern of the living, guiding not the dead, but the truth. Epilogue: years later, people would still light their lanterns on the river. But they no longer prayed for souls to rise. They prayed to remember that no light should ever burn on stolen lives again.